Welcome to our webinar on PowerPoint and Sway. Today's webinar will be recorded and will be shared with you via email tomorrow morning. If you have any questions, feel free to add them to the Q&A, and I will be watching and asking those questions of Katie. We love your questions, and they help everyone in this webinar learn more together. Our presenter today is Katie Kramer. Katie is a training and project specialist for TTEC-T, offering Office 365 and security awareness training. Katie has over 15 years of experience in the IT field and a degree in business information systems. I would like to welcome Katie Kramer.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we're going to be talking about Microsoft Sway and PowerPoint. And I am going to turn off my camera for now because my network seems to be working in overload right now. So let's turn that off and let's go ahead and get started talking about Sway. So what is Sway? So Sway is a Microsoft application that allows you to create visually appealing documents, presentations, and newsletters. So this is part of your Microsoft 365 subscription, and we are going to be taking a look at the online version today. So if you go to portal.office.com and you log in with your Microsoft account, and feel free if you want to follow along with me, you can do that, or if you just want to watch, that's fine too. So once you get logged in, we're going to click on the little waffle up at the top and just find where your Sway is. It looks a lot like, the icon looks a lot like SharePoint, but we're going to open up Sway. So when we do that, that's going to bring up this screen. So basically, you have a couple different options to get started. If you're using the online version, or there's also the desktop version if you want to install it. Basically, the desktop version is just a container for the web version. But when you get started, you have the options to create new. You can start from a topic. So if there isn't enough public data for whatever topic that you want to create your presentation, newsletter, document, Sway will suggest related topics. So just select the most relevant topic and then click the Create Sway button. Or you also have the option to start from a document. So from here, you can upload, let's say, a Word document or a PDF, and you can start from there. So let's just click on the new Sway, and this is just going to give us a blank canvas for us. So basically, you can create in two parts, the storyline and the design. And when I create a Sway, I typically kind of go back and forth between the two. So let's talk about the storyline first. So this is going to be where you type, insert, and edit, and also format the content that tells the story. Content is arranged in sequential order by adding these little cards. And then each card holds the type of content you want. So you have the choice of text, images, videos, or Office documents. And you can rearrange the cards at any time to suit your needs. So the first thing that you want to do is give your Sway a title. So let's just say, so if you create a Sway based on a topic or a document, the title is pre-populated based on the title or file name. The next thing that we want to do is add content to our Sway. So from here, if you click the little plus right below this box, this is going to be where you have the options of doing text, media, or you can also group all your different cards together. So as we get going here, let's just do an image. And as you can see, all the suggested searches are powered by Bing, YouTube, or Wikipedia. So up here, you can search for whatever you want. So let's say we want to search for projects. And then here it pulls up all these different images, and you can put whatever you want to in here and just drag it over. I want to put this one up at the top. And let's just do like a storyboard for the next one. So here we can give it a caption if we want to. And if we go to the design, so this is kind of what it looks like. And then you can go up here to the top to the styles, and you can give it whatever style you want, kind of based on your color preferences, or if you have a certain layout that you like. It can add different borders, things like that. So kind of as you go through the different styles, it'll change the layout for you. And basically what you're doing is you're creating either the document, newsletter, or slideshow all at once. So as you go through and you're building things out, you can see these little arrows at the bottom that it's telling me that I can view more. You can also change it if you want to go vertically or horizontally. You can do that as well. There's also this button up here for remix. So as you get going and you have, like, let's say 10 cards for your presentation, it'll shuffle things around and just keep hitting remix until you get it the way that you want it to display. So if we go back to the storyline, let's see, let's add some more images in here. Do a couple of summer DIY projects, type summer. So from here too, if you want, you can tell it that you want to emphasize maybe just the S, or if you want to add a link to it, you can do that as well. So if you type in, put in whatever link that you want to, let's say that you're going to some awesome vacation destination or something like that, and you want to put a link to what the beach looks like, you can do that from here. So let's go back to our design page and kind of see what things look like. Let's shake it up a little bit and hit our remix button. So from here, like I said, you can see all the different slides. It kind of lays it out in different ways. So yeah, Sway is kind of a nice way. They have put a lot of thought into it, that they give you just kind of different layout ideas, different pictures and things like that, so you don't have to go out and try and find everything on your own. So it's pretty simple to set up, and then you are good to go within a matter of minutes. We hit the play button, it'll go through anything that you want to edit, you can do that too. So if you want to, you can also share, like if you're working on a project with your teammates, you can share it with them just like every other Microsoft share. Just click the share button and then you can tell them whatever kind of access you want to give them. Or if you want it to be someone outside of your organization, let's say that you're working on a design project and you want to share different photos with them. So it's a great tool to use for that you can share ideas and then they can share back and forth with you. They don't necessarily have to have the Microsoft subscription or download any kind of software to do that. I think that's it on Sway. Does anyone have any questions? Do you see anything in the Q&A, Lindsay?
No questions yet.
Okay, good deal. All right, so let's switch over to PowerPoint. So I don't have a whole lot for the formatting today. I thought let's just talk about a little bit of what's new and kind of some of the user features that I thought you guys might like, because I know on formatting it's a lot of just tinkering around with it and kind of seeing what works best for you as you go through the transitions or animations, things like that. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was that you can convert a Word document to a PowerPoint. And this has to be done from the web version of Word. So let's say that you have a Word document that you want to bring into PowerPoint. Go to portal.office.com, open up Word, find your document, open that up, and you are going to go to File and then Export. From there, you're going to select PowerPoint. That's going to bring your Word document in directly into PowerPoint so that you can edit it from there. So that's nice to have if you have, let's say, maybe a budget proposal or something like that you want to add into a presentation. So pretty easy to do. The next thing that we want to talk about is the Immersive Reader and Dictate. So just like every other Microsoft app that we've been talking about, I always think it's very helpful to have some of these features available that it can read to you. So all you have to do is highlight the text, right click, and you're going to select Immersive Reader. And again, you can select whichever kind of voice you want to read or how fast you want them to read to you. Same is true if you want to dictate, you can tell it, select a certain section within your PowerPoint and start talking, and it will do the typing for you. The next thing that I want to talk about is the screen recording. So I think this is super cool, and this was available before they had all the recording options available within Windows 10. But if you have something that you want to record how to do, let's say that you want to record a tutorial on how to do Sway. So all you have to do is do that insert and screen record, and it's going to give you this box up here at the top that will have you select the area. And then you can tell it when you're ready to record, and if you want it to record the audio, or if you just want it to record the video and you can add the audio later, or maybe you don't even need audio, you can do those options from here. And then once you're done recording, it'll save it as a media file. And let's see, so we've talked a lot about how Microsoft apps work together. So if you have, let's say, a form that you want to do, maybe like some kind of sign up or something like that for who's bringing in whatever kind of side dish when we get back to that kind of stuff. Here you can create a new form if you want to, and you can use Microsoft Forms for this. And this is also included within your Microsoft account. So as you can see, it's going to open up forms for me. I'm going to go through and I'm going to create my form. And let's say lunch. And then you can do, whoops. Whatever time. And then if you want them to have multiple choice, they want to bring, what kind of dish do you want to bring? And then you can just give them the options of dessert or veggies. I don't know, whatever you want to do there. And then go back to your PowerPoint. Here you can see it is updating in real time. So as I'm going through, if let's say Lindsay and I are working together on creating a presentation and she needs to get whatever everybody wants to do for lunch that day, she can go through and she can add in all the different lunch options on the form while I'm creating the PowerPoint presentation. So, and then the last thing that we want to talk about is using basically presenting from Teams. So we talk a lot about using Microsoft Teams, and it is definitely something we encourage everybody to use. It's something that we use in our office all day, every day, that we can chat back and forth, share information, and it doesn't turn into this whole pile of emails going back and forth or trying to keep track of where things are. So let's see if I can join a Teams meeting at the same time that I'm on GoTo. Actually, I better not do that because I'm going to lose my audio. But what I wanted to point out is when you are in a meeting within Teams and you go up to the option to share the screen, you now have the option to upload your PowerPoint. And then you have your PowerPoint available within your Teams meeting. So you don't have to worry about what else your audience can see, or you don't have to mess around with, oh, which monitor am I presenting? You know, if you have multiple monitors. And then as a bonus, it also lets you see your notes. So you can sit there and you can see the presentation, and then right next to it, you have your notes available, but it's not showing your notes to everybody else. So you can go through and make your presentation all from a Teams meeting. So super nice to have, especially right now, if you're working remotely and you have a client that wants to meet with you, but you know they don't want to do something in the office, you can use that as an option as well. And that also works if they just have the web version of Microsoft Teams. So I think that's all I had for PowerPoint today. Any questions so far?
No questions yet. We got a pretty quiet crowd today.
We might have lost Lindsay. So I do want to point out too that we do have handouts available. So these are just the Microsoft Quick Starts for PowerPoint. So you're welcome to grab these. We did it for Windows, and then we also have the Mac version. So you are welcome to download those and have those at your fingertips. And if you have any questions about using PowerPoint or Sway, please feel free to use the bookings link that was included in the email that you got when you registered or within the meeting invitation. And I am happy to talk about it. And just to give people a couple, some presentation tips that I found as I was putting this together today. So, and this applies to PowerPoint or Sway. So the first one is to use the 10-20-30 rule. So you should have at least 10 slides, and your presentation should last no more than 20 minutes and contain no font smaller than 30 points. The second idea is to focus on one idea per slide. The third one is to use 2 or 3 fonts max. And the next one is to pay attention to the visual hierarchy to make sure that your layout makes sense as you're going through your PowerPoint slides. Keep it less to 6 lines of text per slide. Create strong contrast. Stick to 2 or 3 colors and add audio and video to help keep it entertaining. So I thought those were some pretty good tips. So also, I just want to let you guys know that our next webinar is on May 26th at 1 o'clock, and we'll be talking about SharePoint, Teams, and OneDrive. So I hope you can join us. And thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great rest.